Hi, and welcome back to another episode of The Mortgage Musketeer, where today I'm going to be talking to you about the VA IRRRL, or the Interest Rate Reduction Refinance Loan. Now, my name is Sean Neely, and I am a retired Army veteran. I was both a SAR First Class or E7 before going to OCS, and I retired as an Army Major. Now, I am going to be bringing this to you from both the perspective of a veteran and a loan officer. The first thing I'm going to talk about, and probably the reason that you're here, is because you got some type of spam mail, and we get them every month with a VA loan saying, hey, you need to reduce your loan, you could save thousands on your mortgage, blah 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 blah. Alright, so understand, just like any cybersecurity class, but this is coming through the regular mail, this is just phishing. It's just phishing. They don't know you. It's a form mailer that comes in and they just spit out something and send it to you, and they're just trying to set a hook to get you to call them so that they can then actually figure out what they can or cannot do. All right, you don't need to, and maybe I'm being unfair to them. However, you can get the same thing, have somebody check your rates and see if they can save you money from your local loan officer, or if you're in any of the states below, you can give me a call. I'll make sure you get squared away. Now, having said that, it is important to know that an IRRRL is probably one of the best loans there are. Super simple. All you're doing is literally reducing your rate. I mean, there's no appraisal, there's no income, there's no assets. It's one of the easiest loans that there is to do if a loan officer knows what they're doing. And it is literally designed to take care of veterans, just to drop the rate. So I have a lot of people wondering, hey, is this real? Is this a scam? Should I do an IRRRL? Well, instinctively I want to just say yes, but we need to take a step back and say, does it make sense for the veteran? Okay, if you're active duty and you bought a house, like a lot of us do, and you know you're going to PCS, if you think you're going to sell that home, an IRRRL doesn't make sense, because there are closing costs involved with an IRRRL, and all that is your standard title work, and then the biggest two pieces to how much your IRRRL is actually going to add to your loan amount, because what we do is we roll closing costs into the loan. Okay, so that whatever your principal balance is now, it's going to increase based upon the closing costs and prepaids. And here's a video on what are closing costs and prepaids. But simply put, you're going to have your title work and all your regular things, plus you have to build your escrows. Okay, and depending on where you are in the year, those escrows can be a little bit bigger or a little bit smaller. Okay, and that just literally depends on where you are in the year. A lot of it has to do with your taxes, but we're going to reestablish your escrows. Do you understand that whatever is currently in your escrow account, whoever your loan servicer is, has an escrow account for you? When we refinance a loan, that loan is paid off, so that escrow account is no longer attached to an actual loan, so that loan servicer is going to refund you your current escrow account. So it's not an exact wash, but you are going to get a large amount back from your current escrow account. So just keep that in mind. You can always put that back on the principal to reduce the principal again, but that is part of your closing costs. And the other thing is, where do you live? What state you live in can determine how much your closing costs are, because many states have some type of state tax or stamp tax or transfer tax for doing a loan. Virginia, Maryland, they're really pretty high. As an example, look at Kentucky, there is none. So the cost of an IRRRL is a lot lower. So keep those in mind. Now, whether or not it makes sense, the VA has actually instituted something called a recruitment rule. And you have to be able to recoup the cost of the IRRRL in 36 months. Okay, so it is a net tangible benefit or a recapture value, call it whatever you want. It's a 36-month recoupment rule. All right, and really it's how much, when you drop the interest rate, how much are you going to be saving a month versus how much does it cost, and you have to be able to recoup the cost within 36 months. Now, if you are going to be holding on to the home, yeah, I mean, it makes sense. Look at the numbers, drop it, you're going to be saving thousands and thousands of dollars in interest. All right, if you're retired and this is your home, absolutely it makes sense. Drop that interest rate, because it truly is a brilliant way to lower your payment and save thousands and thousands in interest. Your loan officer should be able to run you an amortization schedule so that you can actually see how much you're going to be saving over the life of the loan. Okay, and at the time of this video, rates are ridiculous. I mean, if you're not dropping your interest rate right now, this is the time to do it. Okay, I can't talk specifically about rates, but they're super low. Okay, if this video goes on, as this video goes on and is older, what you need to do is figure out, hey, where did I buy versus where are rates now, because rates are going to fluctuate all the time. All right, so check with your loan officer and they'll be able to tell you whether or not it makes sense. Now, what do you need for a VA IRRRL? Okay, so I told you there's no income, there's no assets, and there's no appraisal. So what documentation do you actually need? All right, you are going to need a copy of your mortgage statement. So if you don't get a paper mail, make sure that you print one out and then send it to your loan officer. It's going to have all the pertinent information that they need to build a loan. You are also going to need the certificate of eligibility. Now your loan officer should be able to pull that for you, right? And then you are going to need a copy of your driver's license, and one of the hardest parts is the note, okay? And when you bought your home, when you got the package from title, when you closed on it, they gave you all this paperwork. In that paperwork is a 3-page document called a note, N-O-T-E. It's not a clever trick. It literally says note up top, and we need that because it has the case number. So find that. That's the trickiest part. If you can't find your loan paperwork, you need to figure out where you closed, all right, what title company, because we can reach out and get that. But if you have that note and you have that mortgage statement, that's going to save a lot of time. And then the last 2 things that you need is your homeowner's declarations page, because when we do a refinance, that loan is paid off and we have to change the mortgagee on that homeowner's insurance clause. We take care of all of that. We just need your declarations page and the copy of your property tax bill. Okay, all of that comes in, really not a lot of paperwork, and then it is like that. We can take care of you, drop your rate. You're going to skip potentially 2 months depending on when you close the loan. Do be careful about not making a payment if you depending on when you start this progress. Your loan officer will advise you, all right? But potentially you can skip 2 payments, and then they're going to refund your escrow account. So you're going to save that money, you're going to get your escrows back, and you're going to drop your rate. Fantastic deal. All right, this is the VA IRRRL. Great program, takes care of veterans. There is a funding fee of 0.5%, but that is nominal. If you are have 10% disability or more, that is waived, so you don't have to worry about that. And of course, this year they instituted the rule about Purple Heart. So if you have any of those, make sure that your loan officer knows about it. When we pull the certificate of eligibility, it's going to tell us whether or not you need the funding fee as well. So if you don't need a funding fee, man, it is just nothing. Just boom, drop your rate. All right. Okay, I hope this was helpful. If you have any additional questions or if there's anything that wasn't clear, leave comments below. I will answer your comments and help get you squared away. Veterans taking care of veterans is what it's all about. All right. I hope you have a wonderful day. And until next time, it's all for one and one for all.